In this video, I'm going to be comparing the Footloose franchise, which includes the 1984 movie as well as the 2011 movie, to the Boss Baby franchise, which is two movies in it. That's from DreamWorks Animation. First of all, when you look at highest score for each franchise, in the case of Footloose, the 2011 movie is a 68%. That's the highest score. In the case of Boss Baby, the highest score is only a 53% for the first movie. Footloose wins here. Then when you look at lowest score, in the case of Boss Baby, lowest score is 46% for Boss Baby 2. In the case of Footloose, the 1984 movie only has a 55%. Footloose wins here. Then when you look at average score, Footloose has an average of 61. Boss Baby has an average of 49. Footloose wins this round. And then when you look at gap between lowest and highest score, in the case of Footloose, you had a gap of 13%. And then with Boss Baby, you have a gap of 7%. Boss Baby wins here, but because Footloose already won 3 of the rounds, it's already going to win this debate regardless of my personal opinion. And actually, this one's very easy for me. I haven't seen either the Boss Baby movies. They don't interest me, to be honest, because it just feels like they're playing to the lowest common denominator. Like, oh yeah, they're just trying to be appealing for little kids, but not anything that I would actually be interested in, to be honest. It seems like they just have pretty like base level humor, lowbrow humor, and the premise already just feels silly to me. What, a baby is a boss? Immediately, that just sounds stupid. In the case of Footloose, I've seen one of these two movies. I think it's the original movie, if I remember right, but admittedly, it's been a good amount of time since I've watched Footloose. I haven't rewatched it recently, so I don't remember 100%. But I do remember basically what the story is here. They have this guy, Kevin Bacon, who goes to this town where it's being basically led by this minister that is trying to morally lead the people. He thinks that everyone in this town is basically a sheep. I'm the shepherd that's guiding them. So there's all these rules about how you can't drink, no party, no dancing, and we learn it's because this guy, the minister, he actually lost someone he cared about as a result of drinking. So as a result of that, he decided to just shut it down completely. So you get where he's coming from, where that the insecurity is coming from, why it is that he would have a problem with these things. But then when you look at his relationship with his daughter, it's pretty clear that she's rather frustrated because she doesn't feel like he is really listening to her or really cares what she thinks. It's all about what he thinks. He is more of a stern father. She's like, he doesn't let me do anything, basically. And then there's the moment where Kevin Bacon actually persuades the town and the minister specifically to actually let dancing happen again. And he actually does this by pointing to verses in the Bible. He does this actually by using scripture, which I think is pretty powerful. Then you get to the end where the dance actually happens. It's really fun. And I also have fond memories of dancing to the song Footloose. I remember back when I was at SMSU, Southwest Minnesota State University up in Marshall, Minnesota, I would go to swing dances actually, which are put on by Crew, the Christian organization I was a part of at the time. There's the older, more experienced students that would show the less experienced students dance moves. Sometimes we do line dance, sometimes to the song Footloose. And also, I would go over to a fire outside. Sometimes some of these line dance songs would be played, like Footloose, Cha Cha Slide, Cupid Shuffle, Cotton Eye Joe. I think that song Footloose really well done, really memorable, and I like this movie. I like the story that's being told here about this more loose guy that's basically coming into this more tight town, this more strict town, you could say. I think it's pretty interesting. I like the acting. I like the way the movie looks. Whereas if Boss Baby, this seems like one of the worst DreamWorks franchises. When you look at DreamWorks, they've definitely done some great franchises, that is for sure. I mean, they've done Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, Madagascar, Prince of Egypt. So they put out a lot of movies at this point, and they've done some good ones for sure. But certainly compared to Pixar, there are a few more misses, and it just feels to me like Boss Baby has just been a miss so far. I think it's only something that little kids are actually enjoying. That'll wrap things up for this video.